Now, the one which we are going to look at now today is pretty important. So we are going to look at the variable and memory management. Okay, memory management. This is why the people are running behind the Python, and this is the reason why all the people are like, they want to implement the Python in their projects. Okay, so first thing is, before getting into the memory management, we will see about the data types, and then we will understand the memory management, how it happens. Okay, first, what is a variable? Now, till now, variable is a very generic concept in almost all the programming languages. Whatever the programming languages we are having, in that, the variable is a very, very generic concept. Okay. Now, in this, when you look at what is a variable, now in a simple terminology, till now, what we were looking at is, if we are like we were giving something like this, a is equals to, we are giving it as here like train. So the a is a variable and train is a value. A is a variable, train is a value, and this is an assignment operator. What this assignment operator is doing is, this is assigning this value to this variable. Okay, assigning this value to this variable. But what now, this can be a value, or you can also give it as b is equals to, now you can give a some number over here. This one is also a value. This is a value, this is a variable, and where value will be assigned to a variable over here. Okay, now who is doing this? The assignment operator is equals to is doing that. As is equals to is called as assignment operator. We are going to see this one detailedly once we enter into our operators. So this is a value and this is a variable. Here, this is a value and this is a variable. Okay, now let's see this. C is equals. Okay, now this is a value and this is a variable. Okay, now what is this type of value? String type. We know that this is a string. What is this? This is an integer type. What is this? Again, this is an integer, but it is in the form of string. Now, any value, make a note of this, any value, any value which is there in quotes is called as a string. Whatever it may be, any value, if it is there in quotes, then it is considered as the strings. Remember that, any value. Okay, just note down this point because this is very, very important for us in the future. Okay, now here there is one more, we have seen it over here. D is equals to like maybe around 83.23. Now what is this value? This is a float. This is integer. This is string. What is this? This is string also. Okay, now again I will take it E. E is equals to, I will give it as 83.23. Now what is this? This is again a float in the form of a string. Okay, float in the form of a string. Okay, so this is what is the different values. So here this is a string type. This is a string type. This is an integer type. This is again a string type because the quotes are there. Whatever there within the quotes is considered as a string. This is an float type. And this is a string type again. Okay. Now what is this is happening? A value is being assigned to a variable over here. Okay. Who is doing this? This is doing it. This is called as assignment operator. Okay, guys, this is called as assignment operator. The one which is equals to is there, that we call it as an assignment operator. Okay, now this is the way that assigning will be happening. But it whenever we are talking about now, when I using the terminology, value is assigned to a variable. I'm talking that is value is assigned to a variable over here. That means you will be in a assumption that if a value, a variable is there, to that we are putting the value inside that. Value is being assigned to a variable, right? What that means? A value is assigned to a variable means the value is like a variable is there, in that we are putting the value. That is what it will happen. But actually what happens is, let me explain you over here. So what exactly happening is, see, one important thing is in Python, I'm not talking about other programming language, guys. If you are coming from the other programming language, that may be different. Here it is different. Here, Python is value centric. Okay? Value centric. What do you mean by value centric? See, actually, what do you mean by value centric means? See, whenever the value is there, the value is being used, it value plays an important role compared to that of the variable. Here what happens is, whenever a value is used, now value can be, now till now we have seen two types. This is a value, this is a value, this is a value, or these two are also called as values. Okay, but broadly classifying, there is a character string type value is there, there is a numeric type values are there. So these are the values. Okay, now one thing here, value centered means in a program, in an editor, if there is an editor is there, in the editor I'm using something. Okay, just think that I'm using something in my editor, like my pie chart. In my, this is my pie chart. Okay, just take it as this is my pie chart. Okay, now here I'm using a value, any value you use it. Now, irrespective of assigned to a variable, I'm using apple. Apple over here, this value. When I use this value, what happens is immediately, whenever you use a value in the editor, it will occupy the memory. Immediately, it will occupy the memory. Okay, it will occupy the memory. Now, it is not connected with variable or not. It doesn't make any difference at all. Whenever you are using a value, that will occupy the memory. This can be a value, or I can give it as 352. This is a value. This will also occupy memory. Okay, first thing. Now, as soon as it occupies memory, okay, each and every memory location will have the address. Okay, remember that. Each and every memory location will have the address. Now, for example, now, if I say that I'm staying in India, means I should have an address in India. Some identity should be there for me in India. Then only I can say that I'm in India. Or some people are in US. Now you can say that I'm staying in US means immediately we will ask that, okay, where you stay, what is your address? If you are staying in US, you will have some address. Definitely you will have address where we can reach out to you, right? So in the same way, if you are saying that this value is occupying memory, it has an address. That address may be a number over here. That can be a very lengthy number like this. You can have it. I'm just giving any number randomly. This will be allocated randomly. Each and every memory will be allocated with a like this. Okay, each and every memory will be allocated with an each and every memory will be allocated with an address. This shows that Now, that's what I'm trying to say is a value, whenever you use it in the program, that will occupy the memory. That's for sure. If it is occupying memory, it should have the address, right? It should have the address. And to this memory location, we will assign a variable over here. We will assign a variable, or we put on a variable. Now, why we need the variable? The question is, why we need the variable? We need the variable in order to use this value in the program again and again. If I want to call this one, okay, I want to call this one again and again in the future. Like if I want to use this variable again and again in the future, then I will use it, my variable over here. Through variable, I will call it. So what is happens is, when I'm saying it, print A. So this A is what? It is referring to where? This apple. So it will print me apple over here. If I'm saying print B, then what will happen? It will print 352. So what is exactly is happening, guys? First, a value you are using in the editor, that value will occupy the memory. Remember that. That value will occupy the memory. Okay, this is a very important point. First, whenever you use a value in the editor, that will occupy the memory. And each and every memory will have a unique ID, unique address. Okay, unique address or unique ID. You can take it anything. And to that memory location, we are giving a variable. Now, you may get a doubt that, okay, you should get a doubt over here that when we are having this unique number over here, unique ID, we can call this apple with this unique ID. You can call this apple with this unique ID. And you can call this one with this unique ID. Right? Simple. You can call this one with this unique ID. Call this one with this unique ID. Okay. Why we are using the variable again? See, in a simple nutshell matter. Now, each and every, now I'm there. I'm over here. Okay. This is me. Okay. This is me. Now, suppose we met maybe we met somewhere. You must have met me somewhere, and you definitely know that I am having a unique features from the others. I have my own face, I have my own height, I have my own hair or the weight, height, all these things. I'm unique. Definitely, I can say that is unique. In the same way, every human being is unique. They have a different identification features in there. By looking at that person, we will identify, yeah, this is you or something like that. Okay. So in the way, I'm having this. Just give me 1 second. Okay. Now, this is Arjun. Now, Arjun has his own features, okay, facial features. And then Arjun has its own height, his own weight, different weight, and all these things. All this combination is the Arjun. Now, Arjun is unique. Definitely he is unique. You can identify him if I'm in the thousands or in the moving on the road, or I'm driving the car or bike or whatever. You can identify because I'm having my own unique features. When I have my own unique features, when I have my own unique features, you can easily identify the Arjun by unique features. Why you need my name Arjun? Why you need this? You don't need this because Arjun is one of the unique person in all of in the human beings in India or in the world. He's whenever, even though I'm in India or even though I'm in outside US or in Singapore or any place, I will have my original features and this identification. Now, why they need me? They can call me with these unique features, right? If they want to refer to Arjun, they can say that, hey, Arjun with a long guy, tall guy, or fat guy, or thin guy, whatever how I look like, they can use those features and they can call it, right? Why the name? See, this is, I can use it. I can use it. But all the time using this doesn't make sense. Okay? all the time using this and calling this by referring you by these things, it doesn't make any sense. In the same way, you know, so that is the reason why we will give a name to a human. We will give a name to a person over here. Like this, all of you have a name. Why? To quickly call you. We can refer to you directly over there. Okay, that is the reason why we have a name. We have our own unique features also, but still, in the same way, in this case, this is having its own address. No doubt it is having its own address, but calling this Apple all the time with this big address, it doesn't make any sense. You have to remember that address is very hectic for us. So we give a very comfortable name to this memory location. Okay, we give a name to this memory location. This name, what is referring to this memory location, we call it as a variable. Remember this, guys. This is called as variable. Okay, name given to a memory location is called as a variable. In other words, what is a variable means? Reference to a memory location is called as a variable. Okay, so how we can say variable means? Variable is nothing but a name given to a memory location. Okay. Or you can say that reference to a memory location is called memory location. Okay. Anything you can say. Now you must have got an idea. First thing is value. Whenever you are using a value, the value in the program that will occupy memory. And how I will show you now, I can't take you into the memory of the computer and I can't show you, right? If I want to prove it, if that value is occupying memory, it will have an address. Okay, it will have the address. And if a value is having the address, that shows that it is occupying the memory. First thing. Second is, each and every time I want to use that value, then I can't use the address. So I will give a name to that memory location. And this name, whatever I'm giving to that memory location, is called as a variable. Okay. Now, whenever I want to use that particular value, I will use the variable. Okay. I will use the variable. Clear? So this is what is called as an variable. Okay. Now, this is a very important point. Okay. Now, so that is the way the variable will be using it. Now, I will show you this point. Now, first thing is, if I want to, now you may ask me, okay, how to see the address of the memory location? To see the address, we are having a function called as ID. ID is a function which is now, function means whenever you have this parenthesis at the side, that is called as a function. As of now, you can take it, but functions is a big concept. So this is a function. Okay, this is a function. So now what we are going to do it over here is it gets the address of the memory. It returns the address of the memory location. It returns the address of the memory location. There is one more function, is the type. What this type will do is like, it give me the data type, returns the data type. Okay, it returns the data type. Okay. Now, now we have seen the print function till now. The print prints the value onto the screen. It prints the value to the screen. Prints a value to the screen or displays a value onto the output screen. You can see that. Displays a value onto the output screen. These are the three functions we have seen. Okay, now let me open up my PyCharm over here. Yeah, yeah. Now, um, okay. Now I will take the first program. Now I will give it as variable. Okay, let me give you a variable and the memory management over here. Now here this is a variable. A is equals to, I'm giving it as a shift. Now, as I told you, shift is a value which is assigned to a variable. But internally, what is happening? Actually, uh, whenever you are going to use a value in this program, that will occupy the memory. That will occupy the memory. I will show you. I will show you how it will go. Now, I will print it A. Okay. Now, what is the type of A? What type of value it is? I told you, which returns the data type. The data type till now we have seen, we didn't went too deep into data type, but it is string or numerical type or integer or float. We know that. So that will be given by a function called as type. Type is a function which gives me the data type. Okay. Now, first, let me print this value. First, we know that we printed many times. I will print this value right now. Okay. Let me do this. This value is printed. Okay, guys, this value is printed. Now, this value data type I wanted. I said you, who will give me the data type? The type function will give me the data type. Right now, observe this one. This is now this should give me the data type. When I'm trying to execute this one, okay, when I try to execute this one, I'm not going to get the data type. Why? See, is this function is not working? No, it is working. But the what is the purpose of the type function? Type function is to get the data type. Okay, type function is the the role of the type function is to get the data type. That's it. Okay. Now, what is the role? Now, the type function role is not to display the things onto the screen. No way. It is not designed to display the things onto the screen. It is designed to get the data type. Now, who is designed, which function responsibility is to display the screen onto the screen? I said you, the print function role is to display a value onto the screen. Okay, so this one, whatever it is getting, that has to be displayed onto the screen, means put this one in a print function. Put this one in a print function. When you put down this one in a print function, this will be displayed over here. Can you see it? Now, this is a class string. Why it is showing as a class string means, as I told you in the starting only, the complete Python or a new generation language, not only Python, all the new generation languages which are R, Python 3.x, the Julia and Rust, and all these things are actually, they are using class and object architecture. That's the reason why it is showing the class. Okay. Now, is this is occupying memory? Yes, it is occupying memory. How to show the memory? How to prove that it is occupying memory means it is occupying memory because of the ID. ID. If I give if it get the identity, now again the same thing. If it get an address, it shows that it is occupying memory. Now, how to get the memory? The memory we can get it with the help of ID function. Address, some says memory address is ID of A. Now if I print it, I'm not going to get it over here, because the role of the ID function is to get only the address. Its role is not to get the print the ID onto the screen. In order to print it, we will use it print function. Okay, how to prove that it is occupying memory? Because if it is occupying memory, it should have an address. Okay, how to show that address? With the ID function. Now ID function will get the address, no doubt it is getting the address, but if you want to print it, you have to put it inside this one. Okay, see the address. Now which one is easy to refer to this one? Is it A or is it with this address? Yes, this is with the A only, right? So that's the reason why we will not use this. Now Python has not provided any facility for us to use this. We can't use it also. Okay, so this is the way you will. This shows that this value is occupying memory, and that memory we are giving a name called as A. That memory location we are referring with the A. Okay, this is what is happening. Okay, like this it will be happening. So first there is a value is there. The value is what? Shift. Okay, this shift is occupying the memory over here. We know that this is occupying memory to this, and there is a address is there to this shift. That address is this one. Can you see it? This address is this. That is 199 something is there. Okay, to this address, to call this value again and again in my future, so what we'll do it, we will give a name, that is A. This is called as a variable. Here guys, this is called as a variable. Okay, now this is the way we will connect and we can use it. We can use it to refer to this. Okay, now you may get a doubt that, usually you should get a doubt that without using variable, if there is no variable is there, still this value will occupy memory? Yes. It's just a means of identifying the value. Without this variable is just a means. Without this variable also, this value will occupy memory. Remember that this value will occupy memory. Okay, so this is very, very important. You should know it. Now you may ask me, okay, can we show you that? Okay, let me do that. Okay, now let me show you that here. 1 second, guys. Let me clear this all. Yes. Now in this, okay, I'm just commenting this. See this. Okay, now I'm using only shift. Okay, I'm using the same value, shift. Now this shift will not give me an error. You see, if I'm running, I'm not going to get an error, nor I'm going to get an output over here. See, nothing, because this is valid. What I'm giving is valid. Now I want to print the shift onto the screen. How I printed over here through variable, I'm printing directly over here shift. Now it will be showing me shift over here. Yes, it will be showing me shift. Okay. Now let me see the type of the shift. Can we get the type of the shift? Yes, type of shift. What is this type? String type. So what should get it? Class string. You should get it class string over here. Okay. Now next one is print. Okay. ID of the sheet. ID of the sheet. That means to say that this, if it is getting me the ID, that says that this ship is occupying the memory. Okay, remember this. Okay. Now ship is occupying the memory, guys. Ship is occupying the memory over here. Now I will run it. It should give me an address. Is it clear now? The value is plays an important role in the Python, not in the other case, not in the other programming language. There, it's a different scenario. I don't want to get into that. Now, as of now, you know that the value plays an important role. Value, when we are using, that will occupy the memory. First thing. Once it will occupy the memory, it should have an address. So it is having the address. Now you may get a doubt that. So if, okay, this one I am uncommenting here. This is ship. Okay, this is ship. Okay, this is a ship and this is a ship, right? Now this ship and this ship will be pointing out to the same memory location. Now you see. I'll just give a wait. Now why it is pointing out, I will tell you as of now. Just this is the ship which I have used it here, and this is the ship again. This is a very, very important concept. Okay. Now, as of now, you know the what is variable, right? Variable and the value and ID function as of now. Okay. Now